Okay, good morning, everybody. I am now calling this meeting of the House Game and Fisheries Committee to order. Aaron, please take a roll call.
Chair Kulik,
Here.
Rep. Davison,
Here.
Rep. Doherty,
Here.
Rep. Gungenauer,
Here.
Rep. Guntz,
Here.
Rep. Haddock,
Here.
Rep. Harris,
Here.
Rep. Hohenstein, Rep. Inglis,
Here.
Rep. Kazim, Rep. Mirsky, Rep. Rusnick, Rep. Steele,
Here.
Rep. Young,
Here.
Chair Maloney,
Here.
Rep. Anderson, Rep. Banta,
Designation.
Rep. Cook, Rep. Devanzo, Rep. Kerwin,
Designation.
Rep. Kuzma,
Designation.
Rep. Labs, Rep. Allsummer,
Designation.
Rep. Reichert, Rep. Smith, and Rep. Wentling.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. We have one bill today. We're going to get through this. I know everybody's very busy today, and I appreciate everyone coming. The chair now calls up Senate Bill 232, printer's number 185. Paul, will you read a summary?
Thank you. This legislation would amend Title 30 Fish of the Pennsylvania Consolidated Statutes to provide discounted annual fishing licenses for disabled veterans with a service-related disability and would provide free annual fishing licenses for veterans with a 100% disability rating.
Thank you. The question is, will the committee report the bill? On that, Chairman Maloney offers Amendment A01275. Will the committee agree to the amendment? On that question, the chair recognizes Representative Maloney.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm going to let my executive director here explain what we put together, and I'll give you a simple comment.
Thank you, Chairman. Amendment A01275, offered by Chairman Maloney, achieves the following. Title 34, Section 2706, is amended to remove the current requirement that disabled veterans pursuing a free or reduced cost hunting or fur-taking license have a disability related to a war or armed conflict. A disabled veteran under this amendment need only have incurred their disability through service-connected activities. This language applies to disability determinations between 60% and 100%. This mirrors the changes made to Title 30 within the underlying bill. Furthermore, a 100% disabled veteran shall be issued a lifetime hunting or fur-taking license without the need to present documentation that their qualifying disability is permanent. The entirety of the underlying bill is retained.
Thank you, Griffin. Now, the simple layman's terms to all that legal mumbo-jumbo is that this amendment would apply to hunters the same way it would to fishermen. That's simple. Just the same exact purpose. And I have to just share something real quickly because this has been going on for a long time. I have dealt with this with different sportsmen trying to get a more of a cooperation, if you will, through the Game Commission. And just last night or yesterday sometime, I received an email from somebody with this exact same problem. And they sent their response from the Game Commission back to him and suggesting that he reach out to us as a legislative body to fix this sort of a hiccup that has been in place for some time. I actually have that email. I don't intend to read it, but what I thought it would be is very appropriate to the time, and it's just that simple. All this simply does is allow all of our sportsmen to be treated equally, and I appreciate your support. Thank you.
Rep. Kazim?
Thank you. And thank you, Chairman. I just had questions to follow up. I just heard you, so I got a little bit more what you were saying. I didn't know you were asking for the hunting. I heard a little bit about something with no documentation that is required. Is that what you're asking for? That even individuals who are considered 100% disabled, that they don't have to provide documentation? It looked like it's saying it should, but I thought I heard you say that they should not be obligated to provide documentation.
So you would have to provide documentation initially to prove that you're 100% disabled. You do not need to provide that documentation annually, in the same way as the underlying bill describes. Prescribes.
Okay. Is there a difference when it comes to, well, I guess my question is, what do you feel would be the opposition when it comes to the hunters? Why that probably wasn't presented? Why the hunters wouldn't be included originally? Do you think that there's a discrepancy there, and that's why it probably was?
No, so good question. I can't speak to why they left the hunters out of this initial bill, but I think to your really good question about the documentation. So one of the hiccups that's happened over the years is that a disabled vet would have to continue to use his documentation as being verified so that he could continue on. What this underlying bill does, and it only addresses fishermen, which is why, to me, it's really sort of egregious to all the sportsmen when you just pick one side and not both. And so that's simply all it does is allow the same provision for the hunters as the fishermen, if that answers your question.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, anyone else? Oh, Representative Hohenstein.
Thank you, Chair. I just have one quick question. Have you discussed this with the maker of the bill in the Senate? I know our relationship with the other side of the building is important to us, and would just like to know if this was an agreed-to amendment or if it's been discussed with the prime sponsor.
No, we just received the amendment, and I've agreed to run it, but no, it has not been discussed. Come on in. Happy to have everybody join us live. We received this bill from the Senate. We actually ran this bill last session out of committee. I'm looking today, while I greatly appreciate the language in the amendment and the intent of the amendment, I would wholeheartedly run this as a standalone bill out of committee on the amendment. So I'm hoping that the good chairman will do that, and we will get that run. But as for today, I would ask for a no vote on the amendment so that we run the Senate bill through the committee. We'll now take a vote on the amendment. Those in favor of the amendment will vote aye. Those opposed, no. The secretary will call the roll.
Chair Kulik,
No.
Rep Davison, Rep Doherty,
No.
Rep Gungenauer, Rep Gintz, Rep Haddock,
No.
Rep Harris,
No.
Rep Hohenstein, Rep Inglis,
No.
Rep Kazim,
No.
Rep Mirsky, Rep Rusnick, Rep Steele, and Rep Young.
No.
Chair Maloney,
Yes.
Rep Anderson, Rep Banta, Rep Cook, Rep Devanzo, Rep Kerwin, Rep Kuzma, Rep Labs, Rep Olsummer, Rep Reichert, Rep. Smith, and Rep. Wentling.
Yes.
It fails.
All right, the amendment fails. The question recurs, will the committee report the bill as committed? On that question, are there any comments? Chair Maloney.
Thank you, Madam Chair. As was stated before, we did move this bill once before, and I did not know in many ways why we didn't include the sportsmen. And today I attempted to do that, but as you could see, we ran up against a wall. So travesty to the sportsmen again, but I support the bill. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Are there any negative votes on the bill? Hearing none, the bill will be reported. Is there any further business before this committee? Having no comment on further business before the committee, this meeting is adjourned.